Hey y'all, hey, welcome back. So, I am 4 days post my very first chemo treatment, and I'm here doing a video, so I survived. Whew, but y'all, everybody is asking me, how are you doing after chemo? How was chemo? How are you coping? How's your mental? What was it like? Baby, let me tell y'all. I didn't think that chemo was going to be a walk in the park. I did not. But I didn't think it was going to be like that. Let me tell y'all. So when I went in there and I got on the drip, I got my saline, I got my steroid for nausea, I got my Benadryl, got something else all through my first IV. I was good. Like, that was like an hour. She was like, okay, we're going to start your first chemo med. The first chemo medication that they administered was Taxotere. So the regimen that I am on is TC, Taxotere and cyclophosphamide. I think that's how you say it. So she said, we're going to get you started on your first round of chemo meds. I said, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm sitting there. I'm calling myself doing my homework, trying to be studious. I'm doing it. That medication, once it hit that vein, at that moment, it was that moment that I started reevaluating my entire life and my entire treatment plan. Because, baby, let me tell y'all, that crap. Okay, so I already have asthma. It felt like my lungs was about to literally burst out of my chest, just bust my chest wide open, lungs just all out. That my stomach hurt. I have gastrointestinal issues. My stomach hurt like it never hurt before. I didn't have butterflies. I didn't have all types of feelings in this here stomach. I ain't never felt nothing like that before. My face started tingling. It felt like the whole front of my face was just about to just blow off. I got dizzy and I got hot. I had to tell her, I said, hold on, sis. I got to stand up for a second. Like, I felt weak. I didn't know what to do. So the only thing I could do was stand up. Then I had to go to the bathroom and I had to look myself in the face. We had to have a conversation, like me and myself. Like, okay, T, come on. You can do this. Like, relax. You got this. So after I gave myself a pep talk, I went back out there, sat back down in my chair, and I was okay. Those effects only lasted like 3 minutes, but it seemed like the longest 3 minutes of my life. I almost was about to just say, you know what, honey, we're not even gonna do chemo. I'll talk to the doctor on my next appointment and we just gonna let God have his way. Okay, if whatever radiation don't get and whatever surgery didn't get, God's plan. No Drake. But I did quickly get myself together, and so I am back. So to answer y'all's question, chemo is definitely no joke. Chemo is still chemo. It's aggressive, but I made it through it, and now I know what to expect. So on the next round, I'm in there. I'm gonna make it through. So now that we got that out of the way, I have been overall well mentally. I know that a lot of people have inquired about the state of my mental health, and I'm still in a good place. I'm not, again, angry or sad about the fact that I have cancer, and I really don't feel a way about having chemo. I think the thing for me is still processing what's going on. And I've said this in other videos and previous videos that each time it's like you have to process your situation. Like I have to continue to process this. Like, wow, I'm really going through chemo. Like I'm going through chemo. Like, it sounds crazy when people ask me like, how's chemo going? Like, oh dang, wow. But I'm not sad about it. I'm not mad about it, because again, whatever is going to get me on the other side to healing, I'm definitely with it and for it. So mentally, I'm still doing great. And when people ask me, how chemo was, I tell them overall, I'm fine. The good does still outweigh the bad. But like I said, it's still chemo and it's no joke. So I have not been exempt from side effects. So, the very first side effect that I experience outside of, the taxes here and the cyclophosphamide, let me just add, that was great. I didn't have any issues with that. The first side effect that I experienced was fatigue. So Wednesday, I was pretty okay once I came home. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I was really fatigued and really tired. And for me, it was important that I listen to my body. And I think that is some sound advice for anyone. It's just listening to your body and knowing what limits to push and when to kind of draw back. So Thursday I stayed in the bed for most of the day, and it was really convenient. My kids were on spring break, so I didn't even get them dressed or anything. We just kicked it the whole day just from the bed. I did the bare minimum. Of course, I did feed them, not neglectful, but I did feed them and got right back in the bed. And I started to notice that doing even the smallest task took a lot of energy away from me. So it was really important that I did just rest. Friday, I had some runs to make, but I didn't drive. So I was happy that I didn't, because I was just so tired. And then yesterday, I wasn't as tired as I was Thursday and Friday, but I still was tired. So I still took a lot of time just to rest my body. And that's okay. Like, it's okay. Life is going to continue. Things are going to be there. If you got to clean up, it's okay. It's going to be there when you have energy. And I think that's important for me and a reminder for myself, because I am a goer and I like things done a certain way at a certain time. But I couldn't fight it. But on the flip side of that, I also did enough to keep my body moving to just kind of combat the fatigue a little bit. So just finding that balance is important for me, and I have. So the advice that I could give to someone else who may be going through the same thing is just finding a healthy balance of knowing when to rest and when to kind of push yourself to do the things that you normally would do, because you don't want to lay around too long and too much, right? So that was the first one. The second side effect that I have experienced is skin rash. My skin is breaking out, and I am a person who, I'm really funny about my skin. I love, to keep my skin glowing and as acne free as possible. And I'm really big on taking care of my skin. But obviously, this is something outside of my control, so it is what it is. But what am I doing for these? And I have like red bumps on my neck. I don't know if y'all can see them. I can, though. And then I have like red bumps all right here. So what am I doing for skincare? I am continuing on with my skincare regimen. However, I am also applying a prescribed topical cream twice a day to try to dry the rash up and get these bumps to go away. Okay. The third side effect that I am having is my mouth is so sore and I am so thirsty. So on Thursday, I really felt like I could not talk. And it kind of started on Wednesday too. And it's not like my throat was closed and it didn't feel like that. It just hurt. Like my jaws and stuff hurt. Like I had been doing mouth exercises. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But my mouth hurt. My throat was sore. And it, like I said, it was painful to talk. And so that lasted for about 2 days. So I was ignoring a lot of phone calls and just doing a lot of text messaging because it hurt to talk. And it still kind of hurts to swallow a little bit, like when I'm drinking, especially if I drink something cold. Ooh, that's painful. And if I'm eating something, my mouth kind of feels sore. So Ohio Health sent me a lot of goodies. And one of the things they sent me was some lip balm and some lozenges for my mouth to help with the soreness in my mouth. So those have been lifesavers. And I also am a Vaseline girl, so I put Vaseline on my lips like 1,000 times a day, and I've already done that. And also, I have been drinking tea, my green tea. I love it. And that has also kind of soothed my mouth. And I've just been trying to shut up. That's just try not to talk. Just the thing. So that's how I have been coping with that. And then as far as being thirsty, my mouth being dry, I already drank 6 bottles of water a day. So, I mean, there's really nothing else I could do for that but to continue to drink water and juice and all of that. So it's been a combination of those things, but mostly been sticking to my 6 bottles of water, but I'm trying to add in a couple more additional bottles of water as well. Okay, so let me see. We got fatigue, sore mouth. Oh, my body hurt so bad for 2 days. Now, part of it is the chemo, and then the other part of it is the Nuelasta. What's Nuelasta tea? So Nuelasta is an injection that I receive that administers medication 27 hours after I've received chemo. So prior to me leaving the oncology center, they put an injector on me, and the catheter goes inside of me 2 minutes after it's been placed, and it was placed on my stomach. It can be placed on your stomach or on the back of your arm. I elected for my stomach, so it was placed on my stomach. 2 minutes after it was placed there, a catheter injects itself inside of me, and it stays there for 27 hours. On the 27th hour after chemo, the medication, which is the Nuelasta, is administered through the catheter for 45 minutes. It's a 45-minute release of medication. And what the Nuelasta does is it increases my white blood count to prevent infection. So I don't know when my blood counts are low, but it's assumptive that they will be low because I had chemo. So that's why they give you the Nuelasta to elevate them. And so then what happens is once your white blood count cells are elevated, then histamine is also released into your body. So that then causes really bad body aches. So between the chemo, I experienced pain from the chemo, and then the body aches from the Neulasta. And where I received body aches was from the base of my head all the way down like my shoulder blades. So it didn't help that my mouth was already sore because that heightened that pain. And it felt like I had the flu. Like, that's how bad my body was hurting. So what did I do for that? I popped a Claritin, drank tea, and I took 2 Tylenol extra strengths. And then I'm grown. I'm an adult. I'm 33 years old. So I can share this with you guys. I popped the edible. And I have a card. I have a license for that. So yeah. And with the combination of all those things, all was well. So that is how I have been doing and coping with chemo. So now on day 4, I was not as tired and I didn't have any body aches. My mouth is still just a little bit sore, but not as sore as it was. And so, yeah, that's that. So like I said, overall, all is well. I really am in a good space. And I'm coping. I'm dealing with everything, and I'm just taking it all one day at a time. Now, going forward, what I do know is I know what I'm going to need. You know, people ask you, what do you need for chemo? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't had chemo yet. Well, now I know that I'll need help with my children. And not that I don't have that, I'm saying more because someone had opted to keep my children. I was like, oh no, I'm okay. Yeah, next time they gonna go ahead and go, and then they can come back when I'm on the up and up, because now I'm on the up and up, I'm good. But in addition to mouth care, I'm looking down because I have some stuff next to me. Ohio Health, they're just phenomenal. They sent me some stuff to prevent nausea, and thank God I have not had any nausea, but I'm on 2 medications, 2 steroids at home, and then I also receive some steroids for nausea while I'm taking, chemo on the day of chemo. So I haven't had any of that. We talked about the mouth care. That was good. They gave me some stuff to prevent infections, keep those hands clean, keep them off your face, away from your mouth, all of that. Some skincare items, and a toothbrush, a soft one, just in case I get actual mouth sores inside my mouth, or in case my gums bleed, because that could be a side effect too. But thank God I have not experienced that. And they sent me, y'all, some cute turbans, all just in case I lose my hair. Speaking of hair loss, like I said, obviously it hasn't happened yet, but I tried something and I want to share it. I want to share what I tried with y'all. So check it out. All right, y'all, good morning. So today is the day. It is the first day of chemo. And like I said in my previous video, I did not decide to do the cold cap therapy because just for me personally, I felt like that would have been a little bit too tedious for me already having so many other things going on. And yes, I am wearing my pearls to chemo. Pearls symbolize so many things, and I'm a part of a group called United by Pearls, and it's an amazing group, and this is what we do. We wear pearls. So this morning, I am going to try a remedy that was encouraged by my aunt, who is a hairstylist, and it is a witch hazel and white petroleum jelly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first I'm going to start around my shaved parts that are already shaved. I wear shaved pretty often. Put the witch hazel on the cotton ball. We're going to pray this works, y'all. Look at my hair. Can't wait to get it done on next Wednesday. So I'm going to take the witch hazel and apply it all the way around. Okay, so section of my locks. Make sure that the witch hazel is applied to the scalp. Okay, so witch hazel applied. That's some running down my face. So yeah, so witch hazel applied. And now we're going to do the white petroleum jelly. So I'm going to take some chow on the back of my hand. Same thing like you greasing your scalp. Now, I'm going to do this around here first before I get to saturate. Well, I can just get my sides now. But I'm going to put some more on because I do a lot of things in excess. Excess. Let me enunciate my words. Y'all think I don't know how to speak. Okay, got that on. And as a final little step, I just, massaged it through. Make sure that it's all on there. Now again, I'm gonna say this again. I'm going to document this process the whole way through just to see how my hair does. I heard that it may thin out, but I may not lose it. So I'm going to definitely document it. And my aunt has been actually doing this for a while. And I'm going to put this cap on because I'm going to tie my hair up and I don't like my scarves to be extra greasy. So I'll put this on first to catch some of the grease. But my aunt tried this for the first time 30 years ago on one of her clients who was going through chemo. And her her client did not lose hair. It did then, but she did not lose it. So, you know, we will see. And a thermometer. So yes, I have to take my temperature every single day because I have to make sure that it does not elevate to 100.4 degrees, not 104, 100.4, because if it does, then that's when there will be a concern that I do have an infection. But so far so good. The temperature has remained normal for me. So I hope that through this video, I have answered everyone's questions that they've asked me. How is chemo? How have I been coping with chemo? And what do I need? So, thank you all for the continuous prayers, for the thoughts, for all the positive vibes that you send my way. Thank you all for every offer to buy me food and to do for my children. It does not go unnoticed. It does not go unappreciated. And thank you all for watching because it really does mean a lot. Because like I said, if I get 1 view or 100, I know that my work is done. Thanks, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. And we are forever T strong.